Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. I am in Rishikesh, India. So for today's video, I need a costume. So I'm gonna wear the costume. And for those of you who are a bit internet savvy, will understand that this is a hat and it's a tin foil hat. And again, if you're internet savvy, you know what it means when someone is wearing a tinfoil hat or when we say that they are wearing a tinfoil hat. So this video is going to be tinfoil opinions, tinfoil theories, okay? So as usual, I do controversial content, so be prepared to be triggered. It's also very noisy here because I'm outside of my guest room. There's my guest room, but I love the scenery. A lot of people walking up and down here, so the noise you are hearing is from the river, and then you see the trees, there's monkeys and birds. But tinfoil hat on. So first thing I want to talk about is my tinfoil theories concerning abortion. Trigger. Okay, so I've noticed that they always talk about, oh, there's too many people in the world. So my theory is that's why a lot of people are very supportive of abortion. And also, not just a theory, it's a fact. A lot of people are very supportive of abortion. And the reasons they would give is like, too many people in the world. Oh, too many, you must be compassionate towards poor people. You know, those single mothers or those young students who made mistakes and then they get pregnant. So, and then they have no money. So it comes down to money, which comes down to being poor, which means they don't want so many poor people in the world. Third thing is, oh, what about fetuses who have deformities, disabilities, why bring these poor creatures into the world? So that's another thing. And then, of course, the other thing is Africans. Why I say Africans is because these pro-abortion NGOs are always in Africa going around, not promoting pregnancy prevention, but promoting abortion and supporting abortion. So those are the things, right? Targeting, it's like targeting poor people, single mothers or unwed mothers or people who don't have the means, which is different from poverty. There's poverty, then there's poor, okay? Then also people with disabilities, whether mental or physical. And then also Africans, which to me sounds very much like eugenics. Like trying to get rid of people in the world that we don't want, which in a way, if you go look up what eugenics is, because I'm going to read it here, it's going to take a whole video to just cover eugenics, but it's like we only want the perfect people to survive, people who have means to support themselves, people who are perfect in body and mind, and people who we think should be in the world. So obviously not Africans. Trigger, but that's just tinfoil, okay? So that's one thing that I'm just throwing out here, and let's see what you think. The second thing is why I'm still thinking that eugenics is at play here is because There are countries who are very pro-gay marriage, and then there are countries who are very anti-gay marriage or against gay marriage, whatever. So the countries that are gay marriage, I've noticed, are countries where they have low population rates, very low birth rates. So my opinion about that is that, so the reason maybe why they don't want to support gay marriage is because they want these gay people to procreate, to go out and multiply. Because, when push comes to shove and there's no other way out, that's what they will do. And then for those countries where, sorry, there's a lot of laughing there because, some people don't consider that it's a hotel, so, everybody has to stay in their lane. Some people just think everything belongs to them. But anyway, so for those countries who are very pro-gay marriage, I don't know, maybe it's because they feel there's too many people in the world, and maybe they don't want gay people to procreate. Again, trigger, okay? Just opinions, thoughts. Because if you are in a gay marriage, obviously there's no procreation going to go on, because they don't want you to pass your genes on, because maybe they think your genes are defective. Trigger. And like I said before, maybe they only want perfect people in the world, so they don't want you to pass your genes forward into the future. So people will say, oh, but gay people can have children because they don't have to have it with each other, they can donate their sperm, they can blah, 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 they can have surrogate. Yes, but again, all of this costs money, which then brings us back to the poor situation, which means those people who can afford all these other ways of procreating, these are people with money, which means these are not poor people, which again puts them in a different league from the other people. You see what I'm getting at? So we're back to poor. Only perfect people will pass on their genes. Perfect people with means. Right, so then the other thing is, now we're coming to trans people. Trigger. I can just hear bodies dropping. I can hear you, but just bear with me, okay? Because remember, I'm wearing this hat. There's a reason I'm wearing this hat. So, what is it? This is what it is as far as I think. The reason they're pushing reassignment surgery on children is because, again, reassignment surgery causes sterilization. Obviously, when you are sterilized, you cannot procreate. Obviously, when you can't procreate, you cannot carry your genes forward into the future, which obviously means you die out. Maybe that's what they want. Because why are they pushing it? Because I know, like for example, in African countries, they are very anti this because they want people to have as many children as possible because, believe it or not, Africa is actually quite underpopulated. So again, I'm just saying, because so many people are now coming out as trans and having all these surgeries, so they are sterilized. They cannot their genes cannot carry forward into the future. And maybe, like I say, maybe it's because, we are trying to create the perfect race. We don't want all these other types of people who have other types of maybe genes. Not saying there's a gay gene or whatever, because there isn't, but just at the moment they don't know that. But who knows? Maybe in the future, maybe this is what they're thinking. So they don't want these genes to be passed on into the future. Again, You can hate me, it's fine. I'm just saying, and that's why I'm wearing this hat. Just a thought, okay? Right. Because it's just very weird how all these things gets pushed. The other thing is, I didn't write it down here, but I'm just thinking about it now. Even when I'm thinking about marriage, it's like marriage in certain countries, they are actually anti-marriage. Because I'm just thinking, because if you're not married, if you are married, you are with one person. And when you are with one person, you can only uh, procreate and have a certain number of children. But if you are going around slutting about town, you can have as many children as you want with as many women or as many men because you are just free. Right? So maybe that is why they want all the straight people not to get married, so that they can go around and just go around and procreate. And also, that is why now a lot of people are supportive of polyamorous relationships, which before they were not. Everyone was like, oh, monogamy is the thing, monogamy is the thing. But now, not just men, but even women are pro polyamorous relationships. So to me, it just seems like it's a whole population control thing. And how you're going to control the population is by eugenics. Because in this population, we only want perfect people with good genes. And we only want these perfect people with good genes to pass on these genes. All those other genes, we don't want them. We want those people out. Anyway, this is just my theories. Note well, please take note before you get your little panties into a knot. And like, subscribe, comment, even dislike, it's fine. And until the next video, cheers.